Friends, hello, welcome back. How's everyone doing? Hopefully well. We have the NHL 22 center ratings predictions for you guys here today. A tough list to come about, as you guys can expect. So many good centers in this league. A list that is so tough to come about. Coming in at number 10, just to throw it out there, lots of honorable mentions, lots of good centers. It's hard to put it down to 10, but this is how tight this list is. Number 10, Steven Stamkos. Steven Stamkos. Think about that one. 17 goals, 17 assists in, 38 games played this season? Still a 90 overall. I like Stammer at the 90. It's just, there's just so many talented players this year. You're below a point per game. I'm sorry, Stamkos. You're going to be at number 10. Not to mention, EA's kept him around that 90 overall range. We're just kind of sliding him down to 10. It seems like a bad spot for Stamkos, but still 90 overall is a good overall. Coming in at number 9, Evgeny Malkin. We can expect a lot of consistency out of Malkin. Guy's going to put up over a point per game. Guy's going to be a stud. And guy's going to get injured and miss a few games every season. Nothing's changed this year, except for the fact that he was slightly below a point per game. 28 points, 33 games played this season, a -4. And it might be disrespectful. But I think we're going to put Malkin down on this list a little bit. Down to number 9. I don't know. I get the feeling, I don't like to put age as a number or anything for the overalls, but I get the feeling 35, a little bit of a lower year on the point total. He might downgrade him a little bit here to the 9th spot on this list. We'll see. Speaking of a potential drop on the list, we're looking at Patrice Bergeron, number 8 here. Again, tough position to be in. Patrice Bergeron, 2 straight seasons. This is a guy with that line Pasternak, Marchand. They're just killing it there for a bit. Bergeron's always been a slightly below point per game player for a lot of his career, like a 50-60 point range. But again, he's below a point per game again each of the past 2 seasons, albeit slightly by 5, 6, 7 points or so. He's still below a point per game. But we have to remember Bergeron, and you know, if this is a typical center list or typical center, he might not make the list at that ranking, but Bergeron isn't your typical center. Bergeron is one of the best defensive centers in the game, and that is a big part of why he sees himself so high on these lists. But we're still going to say Bergeron coming in 8th ranked. Say 90 overall for Bergeron. Coming in at number 7 is Aleksander Barkov. Yes, you're putting Barkov above the ladder. Barkov has to be above Bergeron in my opinion here. They've kind of gone toe-to-toe, if you will, these past few seasons. Both of them very, very good defensively. And both of them kind of putting up similar point totals there, if you will. Barkov, slightly better in the point department. Barkov, slightly better in the defensive department. At least that's what the Selke's telling us last year. Selke winner versus Bergeron being, the 2nd ranked guy there. But Barkov, I think he's 1.09 points per game versus Bergeron's 1.02 over the past 3 seasons. For that reason, I think Barkov ranks above Bergeron in this list. Will he get an overall boost? I'm not too sure about that. We're going to say Barkov at the 90 overall. Jack Eichel coming in at 6, baby. Not a lot to say here. He didn't play a lot of games. 21? I mean, yeah, he scored all of 2 goals. Not the greatest, but he played 21 games. You're not going to punish a guy for only playing 21 games due to injury, missing games. EA never does, especially when it's a guy of Jack Eichel's caliber, and he typically suits up. So I don't expect his overall to change. He was a 91 last year. He'll be a 91 again this year. Coming in at number 5, this is where things... we better sit up straight for this one. This is where things are going to get a little bit controversial. Nathan MacKinnon. That's right. We're dropping MacKinnon in the rankings from last year. And I don't have any good reason from Nathan MacKinnon's standpoint to do it. This guy has done nothing to deserve a downgrade. He's still nasty. He's still Nate. He's still elite. He's still one of the best centers in the league. And he's still absolutely a stud at hockey. The guy is the 4th ranked player in the past 3 seasons combined when it comes to points. 4th ranked, 4th most points in the league. That doesn't include just centers. 3rd among centers, 4th in the league. Nathan MacKinnon. He's been filthy. He's been great. But it tells you so much about the rest of this list, I think, the reason he's going to get downgraded. And we're going to talk about that right now. Number 4. Auston. Enter the room. Matthews. First of all, I just realized he's the cover boy. They might give him a better overall than what we're giving him. Maybe. The cover boy 2 times running. You think he'd be a 99 overall by now. You make the cover twice in, 3 years. But... and it's Auston Matthews, and this is the reason. Now, first of all, excellent player. There ain't no question about it. This guy's one of the best in the league. Excellent on both ends of the ice. And he's one of those guys, it doesn't matter who you put around him, he makes them very, very good players. And that is the sign of being one of the elites when it comes to superstars in the NHL. That's Auston Matthews. That's not the reason we're putting him at 4, though, because guess what? He's been doing that for 3-4 years now, and EA still keeps him at that 90 overall, that 91, where he's, 7, 8, 9, 10th ranked center in the league. We got him at 4. What's the reason for that? He's a goal scorer. He's one of the purest goal scorers in the league. One of the best 5x5, if not the best 5-on-5 goal scorer in the league. And if you didn't know, now you know. EA pays the goal scorers. And EA pays the goal scorers really well in this game from a rating standpoint. Typically, that we've seen that with Ovechkin. We've seen that with Laine. We've seen that with just goal scorers in general. And they're these typical 35-40 goal scorers. They might say, 35-40 goals, but they might be 60 points per season. EA tends to give them great overall still because they're a good goal scorer. Auston Matthews, if we can spit it out, is getting in that conversation of being known as one of the best goal scorers. It shouldn't even be getting in the conversation. He should already be in the conversation as one of the best goal scorers in the league. 125 goals over the past 3 seasons for Auston Matthews. That ranks number 1 among all centers in the league. And I don't know if you've seen this. I had to check this twice because that was a long time ago that season happened or something. Auston Matthews dropped 41 goals last season. And if we don't remember, it was a shortened season. Auston Matthews was on pace to score 64 goals last season. 64. Think about that. Freaking ridiculous. This guy's got the argument to be a top 3 in the league. I don't know if they're going to jump him above Crosby. I don't know if he's ready to stomach that. But he's ready to take that spot. Again, nothing against MacKinnon. I just think the goal scorer gets paid in the overall here. I think times are changing. EA's got themselves a lot on their plate this season with these centers. Hitting Matthews with a 92. I don't know if we jump up to that 93 yet. We can keep it right around that Nathan MacKinnon overall. Still an overall upgrade for Auston Matthews nonetheless. Coming in at number 3, Sidney Crosby. Crosby continues to do Crosby-like things. The guys above him just continue to play that much better than the rest of the league. Not like Crosby was taking a huge step back. It's just amazing what these Edmonton boys are doing. And for that reason, I don't know. It's weird seeing Crosby anywhere but rank 1 in this game. That took some time to get used to. Then it got weird seeing him rank 2. Now rank 3. But I think that time's coming. Still 93 overall for Crosby. Again, just showing how well or how good the centers are in this league. Coming in at number 2 is Leon Draisaitl. I think you got to put him here. This tandem of Leon Draisaitl, McDavid, whether they're playing together, whether they're separated, it is amazing how much better they are than the rest of the league. How much they just dominate teams. Leon Draisaitl has 299 points in the last 3 seasons. That's second among all players. Of course, we know who's number 1. But this third ranked player, 257. That's how big the gap is. You know who were Auston Matthews? 219 points. Draisaitl 299, Matthews 219. Matthews, we just got done talking about Matthews. That is how far away from the pack Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid have separated themselves from the rest of this league. Draisaitl's got to be ranked 2 here, I think. He might even get to 94. We're going to play conservative and say 93, though. Coming in at number 1, none other than Connor McDavid. The guy was dang near freaking almost a 2-point per game player last. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. It's Connor McDavid. He was a 95 last year. His overall ain't going down. EA wants us to make a statement. They'd make him a 99 overall because that is what you do when you're the best player in the game. You get the best overall in the game, but we don't see that in EA games. So nonetheless, McDavid, I like to see it. I mean, we see it in every other game, but the rating scale in this game goes from like the worst player in the league is like a 50. The rating scale goes from like 50 to like 95 instead of 0 to 99. But it doesn't matter. It's Connor McDavid. 95 overall is what he's going to get, I think. He's sick to see him get an upgrade. We'll see. Times are changing. McDavid's still an absolute monster, though. That's our ratings predictions. Love you guys' thoughts. As always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.